fuller length. Second one, a short one, ducks underneath, and then a slow delivery. And he chips it straight to the cover. Really good from Andrew Ross. Top of the cover.
Good shot. And that 4 brings up the 50 for the Silla Strikers. Over pitch delivery. And Mushfiqur. Good player. He was never going to miss out. Always put pressure on the bowler when you get a boundary of the first delivery. What can Tanvir do now?
He tries to reverse, doesn't connect, doesn't get the elevation or the gap, but he still picks up a single. And when you pick up a 4 in the very first delivery of an over, as a batter, you would be hoping that you can get in and get a good over. Turn this over at a big one without taking any risk. But that was a bit of a risk from Mushfiqur Rahim.
It certainly was. I don't think that was really necessary at the time. Could have gotten a top edge. I would have been caught. We would have been really disappointed if that happened. But he survived. But I think so far, conventional stroke.
I think it's straight in and out. Yes, doesn't matter how hard he hits, you got to grab it. That's a big miss. That is a big miss because they might have just hurt him. It's the skipper, Imran Qais.
Looks to have hurt like his index finger. So it simply means the ball didn't hit the palm of his hands. That's why he couldn't hold on. I mean, it got to him really quickly. Andre Russell, slow delivery, bamboozled Mortaza, easy catch to short, extra cover.
The franchise owners of Sylhet Strikers will be very happy to see them in the final. You can see .37, lucky. This time he finds the gap. Oh, nearly, one bounce to the fence. He just might hurt you a little bit more.
They are loving it. And that was exactly what he tried to do the previous delivery. But this time he made no mistake. Struck it well. Shot short of a 6, but nevertheless, it was a good shot.
It's a good slap between the deep mid wicket and the long on fielder. This time he pulls it short, but there's a fielder in that he will cut off. Just going back to those 3 singers who performed today, there was James, one of my favorites. There was Warface, and there was Maqsoodul Haq. Very popular band and singer. Performed before the start of this final. They're already in this over, so this is a good over. You don't want to throw your wicket now. For 2, 11 in this over. It's beg your pardon, it's 59 for 2.
Sylhet strikers have been sent in to bat first in this final of the Isfahani BPL T20 2023. 59 for 2 after 8. It's Nazmul Hussain Shanto who stands tall at the top of the table. 42 of 32 in this final, and yet again he is proving to be very, very crucial and influential for the Sylhet strikers. Yes, it's all set for the battle. To continue. Well, breathtaking atmosphere here at the Mirpur Sherwala National Cricket Stadium. Jam-packed. Isfahani BPL T20 2023 powered by Minister in association with Nogod. The ambience is fantastic. Very good evening to Roshan Abhay Singh.
Good evening, Shamnoy. Good evening, all. Yeah, it is the type of atmosphere you'll expect for a final. The Sylhet strikers and the reigning champions, well, they're throwing themselves around. They're trying to make an impression. They're really fighting hard out there. Reigning champions, Comilla, they've won 10 games on the trot. That's an amazing run of success. And then Sylhet strikers trying hard to beat them. Have a look at the great effort there. And that's Tanveer Islam, the left arm spinner who's been outstanding in the tournament. Sunil Narayan, canny bowler. There's a bit of turn in the wicket looking for a... Yes, they are comfortably back for the double. They have to be very, very careful, Comilla Victorians, with the throwing. Well, yeah, there have been some poor throwing by the Comilla Victorians, but this time, yes. But look at how clever these pair of batters are. They're playing it with very soft hands, seeing those large open areas, the real estate, acreage of real estate, getting a couple of runs. That's the way to go. They got 4 of the first 3. Sunil Narayan, interestingly, used to be a big spinner of the ball, but if you look at him now, he has a little bit more variety where he bowls a little bit of seam, he looks to swing the ball, also uses a bit of finger spin. It's very late. Yeah, just as you mentioned, using the seam of the ball, Sunil Narayan. We've seen Tanveer Islam do this. Islam, of course, we do know he's a left-arm spinner who tries to bowl it quickly. But Sunil Narayan, before he remodeled his action, he was a different kind on that occasion. Yeah, into the middle overs, it's the 9th. Lakers 67 for 2. Time for a breather to re-strategize. Strategic timeout.
5 bowlers used so far by Kumilla Victorians. Russell and Tanveer with the wicket apiece. But the Kumilla Victorians, and still a fair share of batting to come. Zakir Hasan, Ryan Burl and Thisara Pereira playing his 350th T20. What an achievement. But here's another achievement, which is the Metro Rail in Dhaka, starting from Diabari Uttara till Agargaon, and the BPL T20 2023 trophy, Isfahani BPL, powered by Minister in Association with Nogod, was unveiled with Imrul Qais and Mushfiqur Rahim, and they took a ride in that Metro Rail. Sure, had a great experience, much needed experience, and yes, promised to reduce the congestion and the traffic. This busy Dhaka city.
That was very nice, wasn't it? The metro station looked quite nice. The train was empty, which was good. I think that's the whole idea of having the rail. It was the pace of the ball to start with. The very clever operator, Mr. Faisal Rahman. I think his strength, as we all know, is the fact that he takes up a lot of pace. Yes, the golden, beautiful Isfahani BPL T20 2023 trophy, powered by Minister in Association with Nogod. And who will be lifting it? Kumilla Victorians, Sylhet Strikers. What is your pick? I'll ask you. I have to be neutral. No, you can be neutral, but I'm just asking you. You can just give me a thought. Doesn't mean you're supporting them. Yeah?
Still early hours in terms of the final, but have you got a favorite?
Well, yeah, of course, I think Kumilla have a very strong side, and they're carrying the momentum. They've got a very strong side. Take nothing away from Sylhet, but my heart tells me it is Kumilla. That's what I think. Again, I might be speaking a little bit too soon.
For sure, not taking nothing away from you. But I'll add with some trivia with what she said. Add to that after this delivery. Here's to Mushfiqur. Yes, found the gap. 4 runs. Well, I'll tell you something. I would have said Kumilla, but when Sylhet is playing shots like that, batters are playing shots like that and looking to try and up the ante, Kumilla will have to be careful. That's a very nice shot, short and wide. Now he's using the angle so well. He's going over the wicket, going across the right-hander, and there wasn't anybody behind point on the offside. So short and wide becomes a good option to a right-hander. That's exactly what Mushfiq did. He's a clever operator, Mushfiq. Indeed, he is straight away. Looking for a double, played with soft hands and will get it. After that boundary, the fielder at backward point was pushed back into the boundary, and he used that area again. But look at this running. Good running. Look at the intent of Mushfiq. Really turning. He was determined to come back for 2. And what Mustafiz did that time, that second delivery, was a little bit quicker and slightly fuller. And you could see that it didn't allow him to play the squacker, didn't give him the space to play the shot. But that delivery also had a bit of bounce. But again, cleverly played by Mushfiq. He's such a clever, experienced cricketer. He knows where his scoring areas are. He opens up areas, be it on the off or on the leg. And soft hands, just making sure that they are rotating the strike. This is very, very smart batting from Sylhet Strikers. Yes, they are in numbers here tonight at the Mirpur Shahar Bangla. But just to add to what you were saying, yes, Kumilla Victorians, they've won the championship BPL 3 times, starting from 2015, when Mashrafi Mortaza was the skipper of Kumilla Victorians. Mashrafi himself, as a skipper, has played 4 finals before this, and has taken the trophy. In the air, will find the gap. 4 runs. That's not great bowling. That is not great bowling, because he's giving so much of width outside the off stump. He's bowling with a bowling without a fielder square on the offside. There's a big gap. See, it becomes pretty easy when you bowl that length and that width. And all he has to do is use his hands and open the face of the bat. Use the pace, open the face of the bat. And he had enough width to complete the shot. That's very good batting, but not great bowling. 500 Rover. Strikers 79 for 2. USA, Qatar, UAE, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Caribbean, Afghanistan, rest of the world, and of course, Bangladesh, broadcasted everywhere. Isbahani BPL T20 2023. And yes, just in the previous over, Shanto became the first player this season to get past the 500 runs mark. Got away. Pulled. Oh yes, was that an opportunity? I think it was. Will go for a boundary. It's Johnson Charles. At deep mid wicket, it's Moeen Ali. Let's take another look. Yeah, it was in the air. And he made an effort. But just couldn't hold on to. He had to make the decision between going for the catch and saving the boundary. Eventually went for the catch. Goes again. This time, couple more. Mushfiq will enjoy it. He's so good against spin. He's one of the best players I've seen playing spin. Whether he plays the sweep, the slog, or the reverse, he's so good. His feet, using of his feet, that's the partnership. Already it's gathering momentum. What's so good about Mushfiq is, and I believe the secret, that's why, of he being able to play the spinners so well is his nimble footwork. He's so quick, either down the pitch or on the back foot. He makes length deliveries look short by getting on the back foot. He's a very fine player of spin bowling, and that's been seen here. Uses the crease so well. You mentioned taking charge, then going back to the back foot. This time off the back foot. Got away. Will be straight to a fielder. Manipulating the field, making the bowler think. Same time, you do need a bit of luck on your side. You've seen some deliveries in the air, some opportunities not taken. 29 of 20, striking at a near 150. That's very good. 61 of 47 is the partnership. Now the left hand on strike. Soft hands, that will bring up his 50. Big stage, big occasion, the final of the BPL. And the table topper, Nazmul Hasan Shanto, brings up his half century of just 38 balls, striking at 131. Well, I remember the 100 he got against Sri Lanka, and that was in Kandy, Pallekali. And that was the day I thought he was a good player. He looked a very good player. And yes, he did have a bit of a lean time. He didn't live up to that promise. But this BPL 2023 has made him realize that promise. He's delivered on the promise. He's a good player. He's a very taken his opportunities well. Make the most of it. Played all around the wicket. Onside as well, down on one knee against spin. One bounce for 4 on that occasion. Square of the wicket on the offside. Full or short, he has not missed out on capitalizing on that opportunity. Just adding to the trivia, top run getter. For sure, not taking nothing away from you, but I'll add with some trivia with what you said. Add to that after this delivery. Here's to Mushfiqur. Yes, found the gap. 4 runs. Well, I'll tell you something. I would have said Komila, but when Select is playing shots like that, batters are playing shots like that and looking to try and up the ante, Komila will have to be careful. That's a very nice shot, short and wide. Now he's using the angle so well. He's going over the wicket, going across the right-hander. And there wasn't anybody behind point on the offside. So short and wide becomes a good option to a right-hander. That's exactly what Mushfiq did. He's a clever operator, Mushfiq. Indeed, he is straight away. Looking for a double, played with soft hands and will get it. After that boundary, the fielder at backward of point was pushed back into the boundary, and he used that area again. But look at this running. Good running. Look at the intent of Mushfiq, really turning. He was determined to come back for 2. And what Mustafiz did that time, that second delivery was a little bit quicker and slightly fuller. And you could see that it didn't allow him to play the square cut, didn't give him the space to play the shot. But that delivery also had a bit of bounce. But again, cleverly played by Mushfiq. He's such a clever, experienced cricketer. He knows where his scoring areas are. He opens up areas, be it on the off or on the leg. Again, soft hands. Just making sure that they are rotating the strike. This is very, very smart batting from Sylhet strikers, as they are in numbers here tonight at the Mirpur Share Bangla. But just to add to what you were saying, yes, the Kumula Victorians, they've won the championship BPL 3 times, starting from 2015, when Mashrafi Mortaza was for sure, not taking nothing away from you, but I'll add with some trivia with what you said. Add to that after this delivery. Here's to Mushfiqur. Yes, found the gap. 4 runs. Well, I'll tell you something. I would have said Komila, but when Select is playing shots like that, batters are playing shots like that and looking to try and up the ante, Komila will have to be careful. That's a very nice shot, short and wide. Now he's using the angle so well. He's going over the wicket, going across the right-hander. And there wasn't anybody behind point on the offside. So short and wide becomes a good option to a right-hander. That's exactly what Mushfiq did. He's a clever operator, Mushfiq. Indeed, he is straight away, looking for a double, played with soft hands and will get it. After that boundary, the fielder at backward of point was pushed back into the boundary, and he used that area again. But look at this running. Good running. Look at the intent of Mushfiq, really turning. He was determined to come back for two. And what Mustafiz did that time, that second delivery was a little bit quicker and slightly fuller. And you could see that it didn't allow him to play the square cut, didn't give him the space to play the shot. But that delivery also had a bit of bounce. But again, cleverly played by Mushfiq. He's such a clever, experienced cricketer. He knows where his scoring areas are. He opens up areas, be it on the off or on the leg. Again, soft hands. Just making sure that they are rotating the strike. This is very, very smart batting from Sylhet strikers, as they are in numbers here tonight at the Mirpur Sher-e-Bangla. But just to add to what you were saying, yes, Kumilla Victorians, they've won the championship, BPL 3 times, starting from 2015, when Mashrafi Mortaza was the skipper of Kumilla Victorians. Mashrafi himself as a skipper has played 4 finals before this, and he's taken the trophy. In the air, will find the gap. 4 runs. That's not great bowling. That is not great bowling, because he's giving so much of width outside the off stump. If bowling without a fielder square on the offside, there's a big gap. See, it becomes pretty easy when you bowl that length and that width. And all he has to do is use his hands and also. Oh, sure, not taking nothing away from you. But I'll add with some trivia with what she said. Add to that after this delivery. Here's to Mushfiq. Yes, found the gap. 4 runs. Well, I'll tell you something, I would have said Comilla, but when Sylhet is playing shots like that, batters are playing shots like that and looking to try and up the ante, Comilla will have to be careful. That's a very nice shot, short and wide. Now he's using the angle so well. He's going over the wicket, going across the right-hander, and there wasn't anybody behind point on the offside, so short and wide becomes a good option to a right-hander. That's exactly what Mushfiq did. He's a clever operator, Mushfiq. Indeed, he is straight away looking for a double, played with soft hands and will get it. After that boundary, the fielder at backward of point was pushed back into the boundary, and he used that area again. But look at this running. Good running. Look at the intent of Mushfiq, really turning. He was determined to come back for 2. And what Mustafiz did that time, that second delivery was a little bit quicker and slightly fuller.
left-handers. Just the other night, George Linder, 21 not out of just 10 deliveries in their victory over the Rangtour Riders. Tesaro Pereira playing in his 350th T20 game, a wonderful milestone for Tesaro Pereira. But here's Mushfiq. A lot has been made of Shanto, but I tell you what, this innings from Mushfiqur Rahim has also been a good one. He's scoring at 134. That's his strike rate. So he's played more than just second fiddle to Shanto.
And he was slow to start with. This is what he has done in the series. He's gone across 300 runs with 50 in the bag. But as you rightly pointed out, he's so very crucial for select strikers. Maybe when we saw a little while earlier when he was batting with Nazmul Shanto, we saw after Shanto picked up his 50, Mushfiq coming out and giving a really good signal to Mushfiq to just stay. Let Shanto play his stroke. Yes, he's back in the heart, but he's done his job. But what about Mushfiq? I mean, nickname Mr. Dependable is still very much a possibility.
Nicely bowled. He'd come back so far from Mukadili's previous over went for 15. But here's pace as a cutter into the surface. It just grips the leg cutter.
Such a good delivery in this format of the game. The slower, taking the pace of the ball, short third in place, anything above it's the boundary, you let it go because it's a wide.
And this is the biggest stage for these men. They've been here for nearly 6 weeks now and they've entertained everyone that's come to watch. There's been wonderful support for all the sides, but I must admit there seems to have been a lot of support for actually these two teams throughout the tournament. Full of superstars. Pulled away. There is a man at deep square leg. There is protection on that leg side. You don't bowl many dot balls to Mushfiqur Rahim. I won't be surprised if Ryan Bull tries to find a boundary. I think he's sent in to be the aggressor.
These are the projected scores if they go from here on. 10 runs in Nova, it's 177. Wickets in hand, 12 runs in Nova. As I said earlier, possible, very much possible. But it all depends whether Willa's Victorian bowlers strike and pick up wickets.
To Russell, long leg, such an athlete. Gets to the ball with no fuss, and he's got such a strong arm. With this man in the side, and you think of Johnson Charles, the other West Indian. You think of Sunil Narayan, another West Indian. Liton Kumar Das, Moeen Ali. You start to think, well, in the dugout, are they saying, well, we need 200? Again, pace taken off. Mushfiq happy to just knock it away for one. So 6 from that over. 115 for 3. This is just some of the technology that's been on offer during the Bangladesh Premier League for 2023. And Iftikhar Ahmed tops the power, the shot power. 1,855 watts he created in one stroke. I wonder how much power there is in this one, because that's gone all the way.
On the cue, right on the cue. Talk about power. That is a lovely piece of timing from Mushfiqur Rahim. Just when they were looking to pick up a boundary, he's done this beautifully, and he's gone for the maximum. It's a 6.
Clever batting. Bowler always under pressure. When he gets hit for 6 and then a single, 7 off 2. He's wanting to fight for his over. You can see Moeen Ali wanting the ball. He wants to get things going a little bit quicker here. There's just the feeling that the Comilla Victorians haven't been on the money here this evening. They've been a little bit off the pace, and you just wonder, with 10 wins in a row to get them into this position, if there's a little bit, they're a little bit lax at the moment. And just a half-hour appeal, probably given his runs.
And you can actually go back and look at that very first over that Dre Russ bowled. There were a couple of overthrows, a couple of misfielding in the outfield. Energy, not the kind of energy that we've seen earlier from Comilla Victorians. But at this stage, you still have a long way to go. Just a single. They need to just bring that energy level a little bit on a higher side, Comilla Victorians, to just send a message that yes, we are still in, we believe in ourselves, and we can still chase whatever you score. The body language, it's not there.
Very fine line between complacent and confident. And there's no doubt they're confident if this side. They've got so much power, so much skill, so many superstars, match winners, every corner of this ground. But if you get complacent in T20 cricket, you can get badly burnt. He's a clever bowler. 10 from it. He saved the over, 125 for 3. Hookidill's gone for 21 in 2 overs. The rest of them all pretty consistent, going in and around 7 overs. The Fizz has got 2 left. You would expect him to bowl those. Well, 1 at the back end, surely. Surely skipper Emerald Case will want him to bowl 1 of those 2 at the back end. He's such a skillful bowler in the death overs. He bowls good slow balls, cutters, yorkers.
This is where the game can turn. Mustafizur Rahman is in the attack, but it's the last 5 overs. 7 wickets in hand, well placed at 125 for 3. Village strikers, and they need to strike big. In these 5 overs.
In the gap and 4. That's muscle through extra.
unorthodox field position, but it still gets it through the gap. That is a very good blow to start the over.
Mustafa Rahman. And pace taken off again. Just a moment there, Ryan Burl's eyes would have lit up and he would have thought, here I'm getting a juicy full toss. But the ball just dies on him at the end.
Yeah, batters look to play big shots, but they are, at times they're caught by surprise when it's a full toss, and especially if it's a low full toss. Even more so if it's a slow, low full toss. Well, that's what they are playing for. That's the Champions Trophy. Who's going to take it?
Burl, game on a knife edge at the moment. One big over can see Sillett propelled to around that 180, 190 mark, which has been mentioned already, but a couple of tight ones can suddenly see them struggling to 160, 170, which is very gettable with that Victorians powerhouse batting lineup. They are finding boundaries early on in the over. They just haven't been able to capitalize on those early boundaries yet. This is high into the air. The Fizz says it's my ball and puts it down.
Never easy. But this can also once again hurt Kumilla Victorians. It's the bowler himself. Yes, the ball was moving in the air. It's a lovely delivery. It's the cutter. Nearly worked in favour of Mustafizur Rahman. There was no one around him. So he said, it's going to be mine. Yeah, just messes it up at the last moment. The Royal Burl survives.
Gee, that went high. It really went high. And those catches that go straight up. Wide call. Those catches that go straight up into the air are not as simple as people think it is. You know, when the ball goes at a trajectory towards the boundary, it's easier to judge. These are so difficult to judge. We saw the Fizz there. At one stage, he had his fingers pointing down, and then he suddenly turned to his fingers pointing up. So he got himself into a bit of a mess. But not an easy catch. Burl survives. Oh, tell you what. I'm glad I'm not wearing the wig, because he swung hard at that and I would have lost it. The wind created from that swing.
Not a bad delivery, not a bad delivery at this stage of the game, producing a dot. And some sort of pressure after dropping a catch of his own bowling. Let's beat the bat. Again, a slower delivery, taking the pace off the ball. Well, certainly intentions are clear. He's going for it, Brian Ball.
Another opportunity that should be taken, and is. A backpedaling catch is well taken, and Ryan Burl will be dismissed at the conclusion of the 16th over. They've still got lots of wickets in hand, but this is exactly what the Victorians would have wanted.
Yeah, Mustafizur Rahman comes back strongly and picks up the same batter that he dropped a little while earlier. So Ryan Burl goes back to the pavilion for 13. Still at strikers, 134 for 4. And it is the strategic timeout.
it's the final. Tillet Strikers batting first, 64 from Najmul Hussain Shanto. Looked good. Ryan Burl just got out last ball of the previous over, got a life earlier. Mustafiz dropped him, but this time around it was Musaddiq taking a comfortable, well-judged catch. Had to go. Now, Mushfiqur Rahim gets into the act. He loves playing that shot. He does employ that so very well. 4 runs. And that 4 brings up the 50 for Mushfiqur. Just 35 deliveries faced. And he needs to carry on and carry on to the end if he can. Just another single. Amala is waiting downstairs. Let's go down and join her.
BPL 220, and this is the finale. I have with me Dr. Mohammad Ismail Haider Malik, Director, Bangladesh Cricket Board, Member Secretary of BPL Governing Council, Chairman, Finance Committee of BCB. Hello. Ajke final. The stadium is full, jam-packed. How far are you happy with this journey?
Oh, no, it's absolutely stunning because আমাদের এই BPL throughout the tournament, crowd was fantastic. আমাদের always weekend গুলিতে আমাদের spectators was almost full. Weekdays গুলিতে একটু কম হতো আর আজকে ফাইনালে তো we are in tremendous pressure for the match যাতে
We'll have to throw back to the comms.
Sunil Narayan doing the trick, getting rid of Tisara Pereira, and this is how he's done it. Just that ball, he seemed to flick it from the front of his fingers, and Pereira going for a big swing, misses completely, and the lights go up as Timber is hit. Goes without bothering the scorers, 139 for 5. Well, he comes in maybe a little earlier than Zakir George Linder. 1,519 runs in his 111th innings. And he's going to try and build up a partnership here with Mushfiqur Rahim. Reason he's there because of this. The best option. Oh, that was just past the bat. Intriguing ball. Let's go back to Pamela.
BPL is always fascinating and interesting and exciting. Crowd আপনি যেরকম বললেন যে অসাধারণ, আর একটু কিছু বলুন।
আপনি জানেন যে দেখবেন যে আজকে তো ফুল স্প্যাক স্টেডিয়াম আমাদের এখানে অলমোস্ট প্রায় 35,000 স্টেডিয়ামে আছে, বাইরেও প্রায় অলমোস্ট 10,000 লোক দাঁড়ানো, এবং লাস্ট 2 days we are in facing tremendous pressure for tickets. Everyone is asking for tickets. তো আমাদের যেহেতু লিমিটেশন, সিটের লিমিটেশন আছে, আমরা তো টিকিট এত দিতে পারি না। সো আলহামদুলিল্লাহ উই আর ভেরি হ্যাপি যে আমাদের বিপিএল এর দর্শক টার্নআউটটা ওয়াজ ফ্যান্টাস্টিক।
এবার বিপিএল এ আমরা অনেক নতুন লোকাল প্লেয়ার দেখেছি যারা দারুণ খেলছে, সো তাদের নিয়ে ফিউচারে কি ভাবনা চিন্তা?
দেখুন, অলওয়েজ এই টুর্নামেন্টটা করার আমাদের একটা অবজেক্টিভ থাকে যাতে লোকাল ট্যালেন্টসকে আমরা উঠিয়ে আনতে পারি। দিস ইজ দ্য অনলি T20 টুর্নামেন্টই আমাদের এই ক্যালেন্ডার ইয়ারে। সো এই বছর আমাদের যদি দেখেন তৌহিদ হৃদয়, শান্ত, রনি তালুকদার, অল দ্য ইয়াং চ্যাপস হ্যাভ কাম আপ। আপনি যদি বোলিংও দেখেন, হাসান মাহমুদ ইজ দ্য হাইয়েস্ট উইকেট টেকার, দেন নাসির হোসেন, তানভীর ইজ দেয়ার। সো উই আর ভেরি হ্যাপি। এবং ওদেরকে নিয়ে যেটা হয়, আমাদের এইচপি ইউনিট বলে একটা ইউনিট আছে, তারা কিন্তু এই লোকাল ট্যালেন্টসদেরকে নিয়ে দীর্ঘমেয়াদী একটা প্রশিক্ষণের ব্যবস্থা করে।
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ, থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ।
17 overs have been completed. It's 144 for 5. It's up to Mushfiqur Rahim. He's really played a wonderful hand in this Sylhet Strikers innings. 54 of 37. He's seen his partners come and go. And at 144 for 5 with 3 overs to go, another 30 on the board would come in handy. Big swing of the bat. That's high in the air. It's going to fall into, oh my goodness, not for the first time. This is Moeen Ali, of all people. Another one grossed.
What is going on here? He had all the time in the world. Slow delivery from Mustafizur. High in the night sky. He settled. And he spilled it. Look at that. Oh, that's a big letdown for the bowler.
There he goes again. Now a similar kind of elevation this time around. This is a dazzling one. An attempt by Liton Kumar Das. 2 and 2. Unbelievable.
It's all happening here at the National Stadium. That was a much more difficult chance. You can't blame him too much. He really covered. Coming at the ground, he got there, should have taken it. Went right through his hand. That's 2 and 2. What is happening here?
With the forward hands lashed onto it. And that's really rubbing salt into the wound. 2 dropped catches and then the boundary.
Mustafizur, the bowler, is wondering what next must I do. 2 drop catches back to back and then now a boundary. This is not good cricket at this time when they're coming to Victoria.
2nd. On the 3rd attempt, this is Liton Kumar Das. That smile of relief says it all. And eventually, Linde holds out.
Well, finally, a catch has been taken. Liton does this time on the long on boundary. Spilled one early. Two for 6.
Zakir Hassan just having a look around, left-handed batter. He's 25 years old and it's been a decent enough BPL for him, 250 runs and a couple of 50s. Doesn't have much time to have a slighter assess the wicket. Mustafiz rolls it wide, it's slowed down and he has a wild swipe at that one.
That was a previous delivery. That was a catch taken after 2 went down previously back to back. This time Liton Das held on.
Oh, another attempt and chance of trying to run him out as he went down the wicket, but what an eventful over that one. 18 done, 152 for 6. Holding things together is Mushfiqur Rahim with 54 of 37. And he swivels round, gets it, past the boundary. He's so adept at that. Really charging off to the bowling now. All right, let's go down and join Pamela again.
I have with me Sheikh Sohail, Director Bangladesh Cricket Board, Chairman of BPL, Governing Council, Chairman Marketing and Commercial Committee of BCB. এবারের বিপিএল আয়োজন করাটা খুব কঠিন ছিল, এতগুলো লিগ চলছে দেশ বিদেশে, তো কিভাবে অর্গানাইজ করলেন আর কেমন আপনারা খুশি, হাউ হ্যাপি আর ইউ?
থ্যাংক ইউ আপনাকে, ধন্যবাদ। আসলে এবার আমাদের জন্য বিপিএলটা চালানোর জন্য খুবই কঠিন ছিল এবং আপনারা জানেন যে অনেকগুলো দেশে একই টুর্নামেন্ট চলতেছিল। এর ভিতরে আমরা এবং আমাদের টিম সবাই চেষ্টা সাকসেস হয়েছে। আর স্পেশালি আমি ধন্যবাদ দিতে চাই যারা ফ্রেঞ্চাইজিরা ছিল, তারা এই টুর্নামেন্টে আমাদের